Science has proven now that when we're in our mother's womb, we begin to take on her emotions and her experiences. You as a mother had a traumatic time. You felt powerless, maybe because there was different things that happened for you. All the meditations, I just sit and allow the words to come through me and reclaim your power from those moments and release and heal any trauma. Hi, Alison Levesley here. So I've been asked to share about the different sacred oils and healing protocols. So this one is birth. This was probably after the attunement oil. This was the first one that came that I was blown away by, really. There's different layers to this. So the first part of it was that when I was asked to do it, I was given all sorts of different information, and then, being the kind of person that likes to investigate, I went off and I had to study and really look at why I was being asked to do this. Which then started to make an awful lot of sense. Some of it, of course, I knew, but there was other aspects, especially in relationship to the umbilical cord part, that I needed to know deeper. So I'll take you through the different healing meditations and do it step by step that way. So the first one is when you're in the mother's womb. And I think science has proven now that when we're in our mother's womb, we begin to take on her emotions and her experiences and absorb them within ourselves. So when we begin life, we have our mothers and our ancestors conditioning as part of our start in life. And of course, the momentary experiences and shock. It could be shock, it could be fear, it could be anger. There's all sorts of different things that will impact us and begin that birth process. So the first one is about healing this and reconnecting back with the divine light as you come into birth, and also being born. And then the next part, the next healing meditation, actually it's probably about the third or fourth, really, because there's the healing chamber at the beginning. So the umbilical cord, this was probably a little bit more about in some aspects where it began, or definitely the research into it. I'd already been given the information beforehand, but this bit was where my research began. And it was fascinating how different people and different things came into my life for me to understand things more. I'm very grateful for that. So I was given the information that the clamping and cutting of the umbilical cord not only created or could create physical problems for baby within the organs and brain, etc. It also gave a spiritual and psychological message of not being worthy, of not having the right to receive, of not of that separation, and that separation anxiety and abandonment as the father is actually cutting the umbilical cord. There has been a little bit of talk around that being a satanic thing, but I'm not quite sure about that, so I'm not going there. So all this different conditioning is from that moment. If you actually allowed the placenta to come out of the mother rather than clamping and cutting it the moment the baby is being born, what you'd actually see is the placenta pulsating. That pulsating is happening to send a third of the baby's blood back into the baby, to feed the organs, to strengthen the organs, to give the nutrition and everything that's needed for that baby to grow into a healthy child and healthy, adult, etc. And there's research showing that it actually happens, it affects the liver and becoming jaundice. We also always think it's about other things, but actually that's probably one aspect of it. Strengthening the heart, strengthening the lungs and the kidneys. So working through the organs, etc., and the brain. And there is research to show that there are complications within the brain as a result of baby not receiving the blood. I also wanted to look at it on a, this spiritual level. So what was created, and I divinely bring forward all the meditations. I just sit and allow the words to come through me. Is to reconnect and receive everything that is your right of birth, that belongs to you, that gives you that opportunity to have that magic manifestation within your life, and to really have that connection to yourself and to life itself. Then there's opportunities for mother who's given birth. Maybe the mother, you as a mother, had a traumatic time. You felt powerless, maybe because there was different things that happened for you where you felt as though you weren't in control of your labour and giving birth, that the people around you seemed to take over, which left you with those feelings, even though you might not be clear of what that means. So there's one for more of a natural birth, but the trauma that's created. And then there's another one that is for cesarean and forceps delivery, etc. So that you can reclaim your power from those moments and release and heal any trauma. And then I've done one for the father as well, for fathers that have experienced trauma for whatever reason, whether it's witnessing a traumatic birth for your partner and for the child, or it's that you feel that it was something that actually you really wish you hadn't experienced. You weren't ready for it, and it wasn't, and it's left you with memories that now it's time to let go of. So this is an opportunity for different layers of healing birth and the births around you, your own, your children, and reclaiming your power. So that's birth oil. Thank you for joining me.